The new Convergence's challenge modes are here, and they're pretty hard. People die on them a lot, people fail them a lot, and they are still worth doing, and I will tell you in this video why and how you can do them very fast, how you can play them very fast, and how you can make them yourself and command them so they don't fail. Subscribe to the channel for more content on this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support me, and let's get into it. So, first of all, what are convergences? It's essentially a meta where you have to kill a few champions and then a big boss comes at the end. Usually the public one is pretty easy, but it takes a long time. It takes a long time because people usually don't really try at all. They just sit there, and most of the time a lot of people leech and making it very, very, very difficult for it to be fast and actually enjoyable. But the CMs, even though they're not that hard, they will be. Soja will take more damage. She will need more essences. You will take more damage as well, and the bosses will have a little more. Well, actually, they don't even have a little more health. They just do more damage, and they seem to make the abilities a bit faster. So it ends up being more difficult. No, they definitely do. It's worth it, in my opinion, because they give you a bit more rewards, and also they take way less time. Because people that come to Convergence CMs, they actually want to try and get the kill, and this means that because they're trying harder, they do more damage, and they also, the whole convergence takes less time. Usually convergences in public are like 20-25 minutes. In CMs, they will take like 12 to 15 minutes, which is super, super cool and super fun to play as well. Now, how much better? They give you a bit of more rewards. They're not that many. I'm just going to show you right now. They give you around this amount of essences more. They give like 30 more tier 3 essences, 150 more or less of the other essences, the tier 1 essences, and 55 more or less of the tier 2 essences. These can vary, but this is more or less what you're going to get. I wonder if there's better drop rates for the other things that CMs the convergences can give you, like the weapons or the runes of supreme holding. I don't know. But honestly, I think ANET should, maybe reveal or maybe up the buffs up the things that you can actually get from CMs so people want to do them more. I think it's still worth doing. And personally, I'm never going to do a public convergence again. I'm just going to do CMs because they're way faster. And, hey, time is money, and gold per hour is, divided by hour for a reason. The faster you do the content, the more gold you get by the time you used on it. So definitely worth, in my opinion. Now, what should you be doing to get in here? First, you will only be able to do this in private instances. This means that you will need a motivation to actually open it. So one person in the whole squad will need to buy an unstable Cryptus motivation, go here to the Convergences, portal, and then join a fight with a pre-made squad, and then open it. For some reason, it's not letting me, even though, I guess I'm in the wrong character. Regardless, and it'll work, right? This will be able to be done at any time. You don't have to wait for the portal to open every 3 hours. You can just do it whenever. You want to obviously get 50 people, and you will want to as well. Let me just. There we go. You want 50 people, and so you want to advertise it in other Discords, advertise it in your squad message so it shows in the minimap as your tag. You want to go to the LFG here and put whatever boss you're doing, or, and I'm doing Convergence CM and I'm doing this boss or whatever, stuff like this. And also you want to ask for people to actually bring damage. As these are pretty hard, if you don't bring damage, what's going to happen is that the essences, in order to heal Soja, because if she dies, it's over, they will not appear as you're not doing enough damage, and then Soja will die. So damage is very, very important. So definitely put in some part in the squad message, in the messages that you are to getting, in order to get people, in the title of the LFG, that you want people that do damage, that bring boons, that not even know what they're doing. Honestly, they just need to do damage. That's it. Like, you can even bring a LI build that does 30k 30k plus damage, and it probably will be fine. So as long as you do that, and most people don't leech, because I guess there's always going to be some leechers, which you shouldn't do, by the way. You should never leech in any scenario. I think it's completely horrible that people do that. But yes, you should be fine. Yeah, of course. Now, what are other things you should be doing? You should be bringing sigils of Night and Demon Slaying and Potions of Demon Slaying. if you are power. As for some reason, this doesn't, this things will give you more damage in this specific scenario because you're going to be killing demons and it's night, and it'll give you like 10% for each of the sigils and the utility, more damage. But for some reason, it only applies to strike damage, not condi damage, which definitely sucks because it doesn't say here outgoing damage is increased by 3% with an additional 7% at night. It just doesn't say it. It doesn't say it's not condi. But yeah, well, I guess it's whatever. But that's how it works. So if you're power, and you should be power, as you're gonna have doing a lot of bosses that the bosses will face a lot, and there's gonna be a lot of champions that you have to kill. So it's gonna be hard to ramp up. Ideally, you wanna be honestly power. Now you can be condi. It's not gonna be that big of a deal, but yeah, it's the best. It's the best thing to do. Now, what's next? You also want to have subgroups in the squad message. So what I do in order to do this, and is I think a very good way of doing it, is I get this little squad message here, and I put, I'm just gonna recreate it. I'm gonna create my squad. I'm gonna go private so people don't join me. I'm gonna go to edit squad message, and I'm gonna put sub 2 alacrity, sub 2 quickness DPS, sub 3 I like DPS, sub 4 quickness heal, sub 5 I like heal. This will make it so when people join, they'll see this message right here, and they're gonna be like, oh, I am quickness DPS, I'm gonna go to sub group 2. I'm alacrity, I'm gonna sub 3. And ideally you want to have one heal applying one boon and one DPS applying the other one, and in every one of the subgroups. And this makes it so much easier for you to organize, as you will have, essentially all of the subgroups done. You're gonna know exactly which ones you have, and then you're just gonna have to reorganize them. So give one subgroup, one quickness DPS, and then one alag heal, and then to the other subgroup, one alag DPS and one quickness heal, and so on until you have 10 with one of each. Now, you might have more quickness heal than alacrity heal and whatever, but you just have to organize it so you end up with one heal and one DPS of these boons, respectively, in each one. This will make it super easy. And once you're done with that, you want to put the what's the word? Where everyone should be going. Now, this will depend on your subgroup. I always get the same amount of subgroups and the same number of ones. So I actually have this preset, but I essentially tell, hey, if you're the subgroup, go to this lane. If you go to this subgroup, you go to this one, and blah, blah, blah. And the way I organize it, just get the map here, is I want 2 subgroups per zone. We're going to end up having essentially 1, 2, 3, 4 bosses that people are going to have to kill, and then one in the middle that is protecting Soja. Now, we want 2 subgroups on each of this, as we're going to be 50 people, and you want 50 people, as this kind of doesn't really scale very well in CMs. So definitely just bring 50 people, guys. Believe me, it'll be way easier. So I just say, hey, subgroup 1 to 2 go to Spire, subgroup, well, not Spire, Northwest, right? Subgroup 3 and 4 go to Northeast. Subgroup 5 6 go to Southeast. Subgroup 7 to 8 go to Southwest, and subgroup 9 and 10 go to Soja. And this is why we have 2 subgroups on each of them, 10 people in each of them, and that way, everything is fine and dandy, right? Now, while people are doing this, you definitely want to actually, no, we'll go into what you should be doing later, actually, step by step. But that's, you should be having this in particular in the squad message, so people know where to go from the start, right? You can also put some, hey, go join my guild, or join my Discord, or hey, bring big DPS, or any type of information you want them to have, right? Whatever it is in the squad message. And you can actually remind them from time to time with a squad broadcast. If you guys don't know how to do that, by the way, is what's the word? It's done by clicking Shift Enter, and then you can just click here, and you can just say, guys, check squad message to know where to go. Boom. And then they will all know, and they should check. And if they don't, well, you can tell them individually if they're fucking up. That being said, that's the preparation of it. Now, once you get in, you're gonna have to go and talk to the little eye in the middle, and you're gonna end up having to choose the boss. You can previously talk about which boss you want to get with everyone. Maybe you advertise it and you already decided, or maybe you want to make people actually decide on which boss they want to kill. Now, if you do that, I would recommend telling people, guys, look, if you believe you can bring the damage to do something like the hardest boss, essentially Umbriel, you can pick it. But if you don't feel like that's you and you can't do it, because we will fail and we will waste 20 minutes of our lives, don't pick Umbriel, pick Demon Knight or something easier, right? So that way people can actually make their own decision. Because Umbriel is very hard. It actually kind of goes from easiest to hardest, I think. Demon Knight, then Dreadwing, Hell Sister, and Sorrow, and then Umbriel. Umbriel being the hardest. I think Sorrow and Hell Sister are definitely hard. I don't know which one is harder than the other. I guess Hell Sister. I actually don't know. And Dreadwing and Demon Knight are the easiest ones for sure. But yeah, there you go. You will talk to them. You will talk to the eye, and you will choose which one to go. Everyone can vote. Then a little Cryptus thing will appear here, and you will have to, kill some. Actually, you just have to wait for the champion Cryptus to appear, so you can actually start the event. Now, you want everyone being here before you start the event, because otherwise they will appear as wisps and you will have to resurrect them, which is very not ideal, because if they die again, they will not be able to be resurrected unless the last boss appears. Then you will get another chance, but just don't die, don't appear dead. Just wait for everyone, or at least for 49 people, and then start. And try in this little duration of the pre-event, the 2 minutes where you don't do anything, just go and get as many essences as you can, as they will give you more damage. At the same time, remember to be killing the siege engines that will appear randomly in the map, as they will start attacking Soja, and you don't want that to happen. So just pick essences, kill those things in the 2 minutes that you have just to wait, right? Now, after this, you can actually spread yourselves equally from and this spot, and this spot, and this spot. You can actually just divide them in subgroups as well if you want to, because there's going to be 3 champions that are going to appear, and you want to kill them as fast as possible to actually start the next round. And you want to be fast, because you want to get the gold achievement on each of these bosses for people to get their achievement points, and the little mini that you get if you get all of them. So might as well just try the better to actually go as fast as you can, so you can actually get this achievement. And this is one way to do it, spreading equally with subgroups, so everyone kills the champion as fast as they can. Now, also, those champions will appear as invulnerable, so wait until they're vulnerable to start bursting them. After this, everyone will go to their specific spots, depending on your subgroup, to northwest, northeast, southeast, southwest, and the Soja group that will just be defend the Soja. Now, for the Soja group, and this is very, very important, there's going to be spites enemies spawning here, here, and here, and they'll be running to Soja. If they go to Soja, they'll explode and do a lot of damage to her. Everyone wants to focus those down and CC them so they don't arrive there, because otherwise Soja will take a lot of damage. You will waste essences that you could be using to do more damage, and you will be very sad. Okay. Now, for the other ones, everyone should just kill the bosses, kill the champions, and the faster you do them, you spawn the last general, and then everyone converges. See what I did there? Into the last boss wherever it spawns, and then you kill it. That being said, there's a few strategies that can make it a bit faster. For example, in Watcher of the Woods here on this side, you can actually, there's going to be one boss spawning here and one boss spawning here. Well, actually, there's going to be one boss spawning here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. You probably want to kill this one first, and then there's going to be bosses, 2 bosses right here. So you can actually pull them together and start cleaving both down. This will make it so essentially you're killing one boss at the same time, 2 bosses at the same time, making it way faster to kill them. It will be harder because you're going to have 2 mechanics to deal with, but it will be faster. Same thing for the bosses right here and here. This also can be done on the killing fields on this southeast side. It's a bit harder, but you can definitely do it. In this, on southwest and northwest, it is not, it's not that easy to pull them together. I think you can probably bring 2 together, like the ones that are here, but it's very difficult and you might not actually make it work. So if you can try it, do it, but it's not really necessary. It's just a little trick that you can do. That being said, after you kill everything and try and get as many essences as you can, so you can, be don't be, be fully upgraded and fully buffed, so you can go insanely hard at the next when the boss spawns. And then you'll go fight the boss. It'll appear in randomly in one of these spots, and you wanna kill it as fast as you can. That being said, also this will apply for every boss. The essences it will make you do more damage, right? But it will also make you take more damage. Therefore, you have to think, hey, can I actually afford to have this many essences if I'm gonna die? Because honestly, dying is very bad, as you will lose all your essences. They will sprout out. Some people maybe will be able to get them, but a lot of them will be lost. And the more essences you lose, the worse, because Soja might actually not have enough to heal, as these essences can be deposited into Soja for her to be healed. This is why one of the best strategies is to actually make the healers run to Soja and deposit their essences all the time. This way the DPS don't have less DPS because they're putting their essences into Soja, and you can just keep blasting. That being said, you have to be careful with this, because sometimes Soja will have very, very low health, and you will have to make everyone run into Soja instead, right? So if the boss is over if Soja is over 50% health, 60% health, probably just tell the healers to go and deposit their essences to Soja. And honestly, they should be doing this as soon as Soja gets any damage done to them. And if you see that it's going lower, then make everyone just go and try, for the love of God, not to die. If you're seeing that you're dying over and over again, just deposit the essences as soon as you get them, because they will make you more squishy and you will lose them, and it's not worth it. Right, now for each specific boss, well, they have very specific mechanics. So we're gonna go through all of them and the tricks that I would use to kill them. So first we have Demonite. This is the easiest one. And for this one, the biggest things that you want to think about are honestly the meteors and all this insane amount of attacks that you're seeing in the game. You want to not stand on them, okay? Don't stand on them. It's a bad idea. But also, he will do this random great sword attack. You can see him like preparing here. Boom. And once he does this, 3 orbs will appear. Boom. They will explode here and then divide each other again, right? And then you start converting into them. He will do it twice. You can see that he does it once to the left side, and then he's going to do it to the right side, and 3 more will appear there. You don't want to get hit by them. If you get hit by them, you will get stunned. You will like get pulled over, and then he will blast. He should do it right now. That attack, he will essentially drag you to where that boss attack will appear, and will just destroy you. So you really don't want to get hit by those. That's honestly the biggest thing. I think, also, let's wait until that happens. But yeah, there's going to be some lines as well that he will do that you want to, not get hit by either. Those lines, you just want to not stand on them. They will do damage. It's bad. But you will also, there's going to be a little bit of a mechanic where some people will get like a number on their heads, and like a huge meteor will appear on them. This people need to get out of the group, otherwise they will kill everyone. Well, no, they will not kill everyone, but they will do a lot of damage, and it's going to be very, very annoying. So if you get a number on your head, and you can just wiggle around to see if you see a huge circle around you, just wiggling, so you can get out, because otherwise you will ruin it for everyone. Dreadwing. For Dreadwing, let me just see here. For Dreadwing, there's going to be a few attacks. Well, first of all, you want to bring a lot of CC here, as the CC is very important for this boss. Otherwise, he will just push you out, and you will take a lot of damage. And also, he will not take a lot of damage, making it this lower and making more possibility for Soja to die. He'll also want to stand behind them, behind the boss, so you'll not get hit by the attacks. He will do that little chart as well. So you always want to be chasing their tail. This also applies for, honestly, almost every boss. You want to be standing on their back so you don't get hit by their frontal attacks. You'll also fly, as you can see here. He'll apply these little orbs on front of him, and then he will drop down and do a little bit of damage. Actually, no, he does a good amount of damage when he drops down, so you don't want to get in the hitbox like I'm being right here. There you go. And then he will CC. After Dreadwing falls down, he will 100% of the time get a break bar. So prepare for the break bar so you don't take any so you can just blast them and get my bonus buff on damage when it falls down, right? Where's the... Yeah, there we go. And then, yeah, you just want to continue. He will charge again, most likely, or do a fire attack. It doesn't do that many things. As long as you stand on him, you wanna, you'll be fine, right? And you stand behind them, you'll be most likely fine. Oh, he'll also do a little bit of a line attack. I don't know if you can see it here, but there's gonna be like some lines that he will provoke that you don't want to get hit by either. Oh, another thing that I think you could see us have a problem with here on this little specific boss is that he... well, no, actually not a specific boss, but like sometimes you want to, heal Soja. So you can see here the quality. I mean, the amount of health that Soja has is very, very low. And, by having a portal here would be very nice. You can bring a Mesmer or something like that, put a portal on the boss, then teleport there, and then, yeah, look at that. You can barely see it, but there's a portal right there. So you could just take it, and that way it's easy for everyone to deposit them. Oh, and you can see the little lines on the side as well. I guess I was running on this spot, so I couldn't. But yeah, you can see the little lines there that come from the boss. You don't want to stack on them ever, okay? Next, for a Hell Sister... let me just go here and see. Hell Sister also has lines. You can see them right there. Those are pretty, you don't want to get hit by them. And she will slowly make them appear around her. So definitely if you see them appearing, just dodge instantly because they hurt for a lot and they actually see you as well. So be careful with that. You're also going to see a little eye. You can see that little eye on her face. If you look at her with that, you'll take an insane amount of damage. You don't want to look. You want to just look outside so you don't get hit by it. I actually kind of memed there because I did look at it and I died. Unlucky. Or I think I died to the lines. I'm not really sure. She will also, when the line attack happens, and actually most of the time as well, do a front attack. You could have just see it there. Look at that front attack. It hurts. So you don't want to be close to it. I think I blocked it there, so that's why I didn't do any damage. But you don't want to be in front of her ever. You want to always be in the back so you don't get any problems like this, right? By the way, also you can usually kite some of these bosses, specifically the dragons, on when they move, so you can actually use their charges and stuff like this to put them in correct places that are easier to deal with, not getting cornered, and definitely not being in the water or being near Soja. Well, I guess being close to her is fine as long as she doesn't get hit multiple times while that happens. We also have Sorrow, which is honestly a very painful boss. Stability doesn't really work that much here. I mean, it works a little bit for some attacks, but it doesn't too much, which definitely sucks. She will also have most of the things that apply from Dreadwing will apply to Sorrow as well. You can see that as soon as she drops, as she flies, she drops, and then we have to CC her, and we want to CC her as she will otherwise she will start pushing us out with a little wave attack that she's doing. So yeah, definitely be careful with those little orbs. Staying behind her is always the correct thing to do. Yeah, definitely be careful with the lines. Be definitely careful with the tail attacks and everything. So just be, if you see lines on your floor like those, don't be in them. If you see orange circles that are appearing, don't be in them. Dodge out of them. Get out. And definitely bring a lot of CC, as she will be doing a lot of break bars. And you want to take care of them, because that way she can do any attacks and you can just start blasting her, which is perfectly exactly what we want. Now for Umbriel, and this is the last boss, and definitely the hardest one, there's going to be a few attacks. Axes are the biggest ones. These axes will just start spinning and corrupt boons and also destroy you, okay? They will do a lot of damage to you. You don't want to get hit by them. It definitely sucks a lot, okay? So just look at them. They will start moving around. Be very, very careful to not get hit. Just try, for the love of God, to just not be in their way. There also is going to be that number attacks that you can see right there. Some people will get targeted, and the boss will start essentially going to those people, but you can just move out of it. Those circles that you can see there, those numbers will just be stacked there, so you can just move out of them after you've been attacked. That's why you honestly most of the time you want to be stacked. Everyone's stacked on this boss, ideally behind them, so you have a bit more time to react to the axis and not get hit by that attack either. But as soon as the numbers appear, you want to leave. Otherwise, those are gonna hurt a lot, and people will go down, and then you will have less damage, and Soja might die. You also have that eye attack, which is very, very important not to look at. Otherwise, you get terrified. You'll get feared, and you'll get damaged as well. After the boss is to 25%, and this is the only boss that actually has this problem. Oh, not problem, but mechanic. You will have to kill some ads in order to make him burnable enough to actually move to the next phase. 50%, you'll see that he becomes imburnable, and then you're gonna have to kill these little ads. It's essentially just clones of himself, and you're gonna have to do as much damage as you can to them so they can fast, just die, and you can just go to the next phase. After that, you're gonna have to CC the boss, so bring big CC as well here, and blast it as much as you can. Every time you go, you face, you will be getting more essences, so definitely be considering that. If you're having problems with Soja, you don't want to die, you don't want Soja to die. So if you see that, hey, Soja's dying and the boss is gonna face soon, just go deposit them and then come back, kill it, and then you're gonna get more essences anyways. So yeah, definitely the way to do it. But that's more or less everything on these bosses. If I missed anything, or you have any other strategies that are very, very cool and important, definitely tell them to me in the description, in the comments down below, and we will be doing these convergences ideally every day at 10:30 p.m. EST. And also at 11:30. No, wait, at 1:30 p.m. No, wait, 12:30 p.m. EST as well. There you go. So in the morning and at night after reset. I'll try to do them every day. I'll definitely be advertising them in my Discord. So definitely go to my Discord if you want to participate on this ones. Get your golden achievements for your little mini wyvern, Cryptus wyvern. But there you go. Yeah, there is. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support me. Go to my Twitch to watch me live. Go to my Discord to hang out off stream. And see you guys around. Love you all. Bye. Bye.